This is the class number 12th. In this, we need to discuss about the removal of the vice president. Means the procedure or how the vice president is removed from the office of vice presidential office. Okay. See, the background thing we need to understand here is, see, the vice president has a tenure of 5 years. Is the term vice president has 5-year term, means he remain in office for a long of 5 years after the election. Okay, see, before completion of 5 years he is also be removed before the completion of 5 years. That creates the vacancy in the vice presidential office. See, what are all those things or a situation leads to the vacancy in the vice presidential office? What are the situation? If the vice president gives the resignation to whom? To president. Means he submits the resignation letter or gives the resignation letter to the vice president, then he vacate his office. This also creates the vacancy. And if the vice president dies, that also creates the vacancy. And one more thing, he can also be removed. We need to discuss this thing, that is removal, how the removal happens, what is the procedure to that. Okay, like impeachment in case of president, we have also this one procedure to remove the vice president. Okay, see, now you understand the situations that leads to the vacancy in the vice presidential office before the completion of 5-year tenure. Okay, see, now we need to discuss here, that is removal, how the vice president is removed. What is the procedure in the constitution? See, there is no ground mentioned in the constitution for the removal of the vice president. It means, see, in case of president removal, the constitution mentioned the ground, that is violation of the constitution. It means if the president violates the constitution, then that can be taken as a cause to remove the president. But here in case of vice president, there is no ground mentioned, there is no reason mentioned for the removal, for to initiate the vice president removal. It is not mentioned. This is one thing we need to note here, and this is the difference between president and vice president removal procedure. Okay, now, but it gives the procedure for removal. See, what is the procedure? See, the resolution, we call resolution means decision. What decision we are making? That is removal or decision. What decision we are making? Removal of vice president. That is what we call resolution. This resolution is need to be started in Rajya Sabha, need to be started very first. That means the Rajya Sabha members need to initiate the procedure or resolution or decision for the removal of a vice president. Only Rajya Sabha can initiate, not Lok Sabha. Okay. Only Rajya Sabha members, that is MPs, can initiate the resolution of removal of a vice president. Okay, then what is the condition for the passage? What condition or what minimum majority required to pass the resolution in Rajya Sabha? What is the minimum majority? It is what the majority. Majority itself is a minimum requirement. Okay, so what type of majority it requires? That is effective majority. It means if they're in Rajya Sabha, this resolution, that is removal resolution, okay, if this resolution got the effective majority in Rajya Sabha, then it is considered as passed in the Rajya Sabha. Passed in the Rajya Sabha. Then this resolution goes to Lok Sabha. There also requires the simple majority. Okay, I will explain the effective majority and simple majority later. Okay, if Lok Sabha passes the same resolution of removal with simple majority, now the two houses are passed, both houses are passed the resolution with a required majority what is mentioned in the constitution. Yes or no? Constitution. Then it is considered as the resolution is passed and vice president need to vacate his office. Vice president need to vacate his office. This is considered as removed. It means whenever the resolution of removal passed by Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha with a effective and simple majority respectively, that removes the vice president from the office. That results in the removal of the vice president from the office. Okay. Then see what is effective majority. I already mentioned Rajya Sabha requires the effective majority to pass the resolution. What is effective majority? See, while calculating majority means it is at least half of the, at least more than, this is the general meaning, majority, the majority part. I am explaining majority, okay, not effective majority. Majority, what is the general meaning of majority? At least, this is the minimum limit, it means. Okay, at least more than, what is that minimum limit? That is set or pegged at the more than half of the house. Yes or no? More than half of the house. If for example, if this is the 100 is the strength of the house, then what would be the majority? 51. More than, at least more than, that is, what is the half? 50 plus 1. 51 is the minimum. This is the majority. If you take that as a 100 as a strength of the house, see, then what is the effective majority? See, while calculating the majority, they are leaving the vacancy in the house. It means, let's take it, 100 is the total strength of the house, but 5 seats are vacant, means it is the members are not elected for these 5 seats. It may be because of their death, it may be because of the election void, it may be because their resignation, means those 5 seats are not filled. Okay, let's take for 10 seats for the easy calculation. Okay, 10 seats are vacancy, 10 seats are vacant. Then they calculate the majority by taking 90 as the house strength. This is what we okay, 90 as a strength. Here the 100 is the usual measurement, usual calculation of the majority. But in case of effective majority, they are eliminating the vacancy seats if there are any in the house. Okay, if there is any vacancy in the seats, they eliminate those. Then what is the strength now? 90. Okay, 90. Then they calculate the majority. For example, what would be the majority now? 45 is off plus 1, then 46 is the effective majority. This is what we call effective majority. It means, very simply I will put it like this: while calculating the majority, they not consider the vacant seats. Okay, this is what we call effective majority. Then what is simple majority? Lok Sabha need to pass the resolution with the simple majority. Then what is simple majority? See, they are calculating the majority. See, majority meaning remains same. but the change will happen because of the prefix, like simple, like effective majority. Majority, what I am already said, majority means it is minimum. What minimum? At least more than half. This is the thing. Then what is simple majority? What is simple majority? See, simple majority, they how they calculate? See, the members who are present in the meeting are present in the session. Means when the house assembles, for example, now the Lok Sabha members are assembled. How many members are assembled? At a time, it is not sure, or it is not usual that every member would be present in the session. It is not a usual thing. Very rarely every member coming to the session. Every member, house is full. Very rare thing. It means the house, when the house are in session or when the house are assembled, all the members are not present there. Some member, for example, 100 is the total strength. Let's take just 60 members are presented. Simple 60 members are present in the house. They calculate the majority, simple majority, using this. Means how many of their present in the house, how many of their voting in the house, they calculating. They are not taking the total strength of the house. Okay, they are taking how many of their present in the house, how many of their attended in the session, for calculating the simple majority. What would be the simple majority then? 60. What would 30 is the half plus 1. 31 is the simple majority. Means the resolution takes the 31 support in the Lok Sabha, it is passed. It is considered as passed. Means resolution is passed. If the resolution passed, if the resolution takes the 46 support in the Rajya Sabha, it is passed. Okay, I hope it is clear. Effective majority means eliminating the vacancy, then they calculate the majority. And the simple majority, they eliminate the absent members, absent MPs, only taking the present, overall the present and overall voting in the house. Okay, for calculating the majority. Okay, when both the things are achieved, then the vice president is considered as removed. Means vice president need to vacate his seat. Okay, this is the procedure. Let's recap the whole thing. See, 5 years is the tenure. Within this period, the vice president may be removed. Okay, no ground is mentioned. And what is the procedure? The resolution we need to pass, that is both the house of the parliament, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, need to pass where it must initiate, where it must start, that is in the Rajya Sabha, then that goes to the Lok Sabha. Okay, Rajya Sabha requires effective majority and Lok Sabha requires simple majority. Okay, this is the thing we need to understand.